when you're thinking in your mind how you're supposed to do a thing, consider God's way. Just consider doing it in a nice way. If you do it in a nice way, it's probably godly. If you do it and mean some type of harm or got some type of point to prove, then it's probably not godly. And again, when you do things that you should not have done, the Holy Spirit will convict you. I'm guilty of that because I do stuff that I shouldn't do. And it's called being a petty Betty. I'm so good at it. I've done it all my life. Anything you want to do in life, all you got to do is start and press play. Hey y'all, hey, it's your homegirl, 10 is my realtor, and I'm back with another great episode. Listen, I always be back like I'm back with another great episode. I don't know if it's great or not, it's just how I feel. But anyway, I always like to come before you to bring you real estate, real talk, and real cute. Might I add, I'm wearing this hair today. I'm just cutting up over here. That's that real cute. So let me give you a real estate tip first. It is tax time, so we have an overflow of money right now because it's tax time. However, if you are one that don't get a whole lot of taxes or don't have a whole lot of money, or when your taxes came, you had a whole lot of stuff to do, I want to tie this in with credit and paying your bills. So I know that all bills are important. However, the ones that report to the credit bureau are a little bit more important than the one you just walk right in and pay the bill because they don't tell on you. The ones that report to the credit bureau, they're going to tell on you. So pay your credit cards and your car payment and any bills that's going to tell on you. When I say tell on you, means it's going to report to the credit bureau. Pay those first. If you can get an extension on your other bills, then get an extension on it. But pay those first so you can keep your credit score high, or you can keep your credit score number building. You don't want to have those payments late that's reporting on you because they are telling on you, FYI. That's just my little spiel on those tips. Now, pay your light bill, pay your water bill, even if you got to pay them with your credit card. Pay the bills, but they don't report to the credit bureau, so don't pay them first. Yeah, don't pay. Call me, 843-230-5023, just to get why I say do it that way. Listen, I promise you it's going to bless your life, but pay all your bills. That's that little real estate. Real cute. I hit that already. So real talk, let's get into it. I pray that you all have been doing well. For myself, I've been holding it in the road. What does holding it in the road mean? It means just that. I've been making it do what it do. So on today, I want to encourage you a little bit. I want to talk about mindset. Mindset meaning that's where it all starts. It all starts in our mind. Our mind is like the control tower. That's where every thought, most of the feelings, unless you slam your hand in the door. Now, if you slam your hand in the door, I don't know if that starts in the mind or if it starts in the hand, because you automatically think right now, if I slam my hand in the door, you already thinking in your mind that you know it's going to hurt. But if you ain't know you're going to slam your hand in the door and you slam your hand in the door, that might start in the hand first. But for the most part of it, things are started in the mind. So if you can have a positive mindset, most of the time you'll have strength there, and your truth can begin there, because what you start festering in your mind can become your truth. If you have an unmanaged mind, then that can become your stress and your hardship. So let's just say in our mind, we fester up all of that, because I have good, bad, and in-between thoughts in my mind. Sometimes I want to react crazy when somebody say something. And listen, I ain't even gonna lie. This week, let me tell you who been doing it. The older people. Listen, when I tell you I had to stay prayed up and under the word because the older people been really doing a whole lot this week, I'm like, oh God, I know I'm going to get old one day. But at the end of the day, I'm already praying God for the kind of old I want to be. Bless my soul. I want to be a good old. I want to be a laughing old soul. I want to be energetic. I don't want to be a Scrooge. And I want to always be able to serve purpose and help people. I don't want to be no bitter old little lady. And I sure don't want to be by myself. That won't happen because I'm already praying God in advance for my good turnaround when I get old. I just pray God I'm here to see it. So I'm going to take these glasses off. And of course, I got my notes and I'm going to get right into it. So in the mind, because we're talking about mindset, if you're struggling with anything, a struggle is a struggle, and that don't start in the mind. That starts in the real world, in reality. But having faith and knowing that you're going to make it through that thing that you're struggling with, I don't care if it's the death of a loved one. I don't care if it's the death of a marriage, a friendship that separated, not having enough money, people aggravating you on a job. So what you got to do is you got to come up with your own affirmation on how you're going to start and end your day. How you're going to start and end your day. And when I say that, I start my day with a word from somebody that's really studying the word. Whether it's T.D. Jakes, whether it's Pastor Travis Green, whether it's somebody under those churches, or whether it's just somebody that I roll up on YouTube and I decided to listen to. So I start every morning with the word. I start every morning with the prayer, and then I start every morning saying to myself that today is going to be a better day than yesterday. Because when I tell you adversity hits sometime every day, I just said today as I was talking to somebody, they said, how's it been going? And you know how we always say, well, it's been going good. And it was like, and then I asked them, how's it been going? It was like, well, I don't want to complain. I really want to complain, but I said, well, ain't no need because stuff been going on with everybody. But I promise you over here in my life, as long as there's water, I'm going to put these fires out. And you can bet that. So fires don't always mean a bad thing because sometimes we burn fires to burn trash. Sometimes fires arise when it's a mess going on. Sometimes fires arise in the heat of the moment when it's chemistry or it's passion. So fires ain't always a bad thing. And you have to decide if you want to put your fire out or if you want to let your fire burn. So the fire in my life, mind you, let me slow down. Aries season is getting ready to approach. It's like approaching like right now. So I'm a fire sign. So with that, all this energy I got to burn, look, y'all gonna get it in the month of April. Y'all gonna get it. I can't even avoid it. But anyway, like I was saying, you have to decide what fires you're gonna let burn, what fires you're gonna put out. And sometimes that fire in our mind that tells us a thing is gonna be bad or a thing is gonna be negative, we gotta find a way to put that out. So what I do is I stay under the word. And when I say I stay under the word, I listen at something positive in my daily. I don't care if it's the same gospel song over and over. I just got on a great gospel album, old school. I'll drop it in the comments below in case you want to try that for yourself. But you just got to find something that works for you because it gets hard for all of us. And when I say hard for all of us, I don't mean just only in my life. Sometimes in the people's lives around me, whether it be my children, whether it be my client, whether it be me and my siblings or me and my mom, things happen. And when things happen, how you react to it, what you start festering in your mind. Because sometimes a situation can happen and you'll start thinking, yeah, they ain't mean me no good. Because you're thinking one way. You're thinking on a one-track mind. You're not looking at it like, well, maybe they ain't even meant no harm. Maybe they ain't meant it like that. You can only control what you can control. So, quick story. This week, someone called my phone. They text me. I'm going to say they probably text me at about 7:30. Needless to say, I had a long day and I was already in bed. So I did not see the text, nor did I respond because I didn't see it. The next morning, they text me again before I could respond because I live off of a calendar with my to-do. I try to keep them in that order unless something come and push me to do something else first. So I hadn't got back into contacting people yet, and they reached out to me again. But they did not reach out to me with a good morning or hello, or I don't know if you didn't see they didn't reach out to me that way. They reach out to me with like a yes or a no, or you gon' I took a tone in reading what they text me. I took an attitude in reading in what they text me because it was their approach. I may have been wrong. I may have been wrong. But how I reacted to that was going to determine how they respond, as well as it was going to determine how my day was going to end up, or how those few moments in my day was going to end up. And needless to say, I keep somebody on the prayer line so I can call them and say, help me get it back. Because I can't do this thing on my own. God put people here in our life for us to be able to reach out to. And I thank God for mine. So I had to snap back for a minute. But before I snapped back, I did respond. And after I respond, I nicely asked them to watch their tone through text. As well as I also told them, I pray that they have an amazing day. So they said something back that didn't sit well with me. And I really wanted to tell them to break a leg. I really wanted to tell them to break a leg. But I literally would have meant break a leg. So I did not do that. But what I did do was I said, may God give you the same energy that you give times 10. So their next text let me know they didn't appreciate me saying that. So my person on the prayer line said, well, Tan, you ain't had to say that. And I said, I might have didn't have to say that, but I did. I said, but let me ask you this. What's the difference when the preacher say, when you sow this seed, we're going to pray God bless you tenfold? That kind of goes back to that thing I like to say about matching energy. So when you match energy and it's good, ain't nobody got no problem with it. But when you match energy and it's bad, everybody got a problem with it. So what I said to the person on the other end of my phone, may God give you the same energy times 10 that you give. If the person was giving good energy, then they ain't got no problem, because that means I was praying for God to give them a good blessing times 10. And if the person was giving me bad energy and they know they were giving me bad energy, then my prayer was still the same. May God bless you to give that same energy times 10, because you need to feel what you're putting on someone else and you don't even know what that person is going through. Listen, it's not going to kill you to be nice. It's not going to kill you to be kind. It's not going to kill you to learn how to greet people. It's not going to kill you to learn how you respond or react to a thing. And I know we ain't perfect, but that's where it starts in our mind. We got to remember to take a minute to think. We got to also remember to stay up under the word, because I promise you, if you ain't got the word in your life, whether it's somebody preaching and teaching or whether it's a gospel song, you're going to be disconnected. You're going to be disconnected and you're going to be led by your own self. What are you feeding your soul? What kind of exposure are you getting in your daily living? In your daily living, what kind of exposure are you getting? I put up a video a couple of weeks ago on my Facebook, and it was a video of Zuri pressure washing at my mom's house. Zuri was so excited about getting out there messing with that pressure washer to help clean her grandmother's house when her birthday was approaching. For one, she was doing something kind for her grandma that she so loved. For two, she was helping somebody that she calls her friend now, and she was building relationship. And in the midst of that, she was learning a new skill. Now, I'm not sure she's going to be no pressure washer when she grow up, but at the end of the day, I'm sure she'll be a homeowner. So she'll know how to control the gun, whether she washing her car, washing her house, washing the cement. So it's all building. It's the foundation. So when we are starting to get exposed to certain things early on in life, like all of us as kids, we were probably exposed to the Bible, to going to church with our parents. And it didn't take long for us to fall off. Cause I know I used to be sitting in that church across from McDonald's like, I can't wait to get out here to go get me some french fries because I'm hungry. And I also know I was also sitting there saying, I can't wait to grow up so I ain't got to follow my mom to this boring church no more. I thought the church was boring. I thought it was boring. Now, the way they do church now is a little bit different. And the way they do church now is since the COVID is a little bit different because I love it. Because now we can go online and we can tie through Cash App or tie through PayPal, and I love it. However, being in person is more intimate, and I love being in person too. But sometimes you can't make in person. And how many of us know sometimes it feels so good to get the word from Bedside Baptist? Regardless of who delivering it to us, we can sit in the bed and still get the word. What's so crazy is when New Year's came in, and I know it seems like I'm all over the place, but look, today is going to be an amazing day. I'm super energetic, and I'm just excited to talk when I'm talking about the word. I'm not proclaiming nothing. I just know what God does within me, through me, and all around me. Like, if y'all could just really be in my life, like in my body or fly on the wall, and you could see how much adversity that I face, and God still brings me through, I'd be a fool not to talk about him. So on New Year's Eve this year when it came in, I was on my iPad listening at TD Jakes, and I was on my phone listening at Pastor Travis Green. So the good thing about both of the live streaming, it was like when one of them was giving the word, the other one was doing praise and worship or singing or something like that. So I could just turn this one down and I could see when they stop singing, because I'm going to listen at my own music for my soul. But the word, I like how certain people break down that Bible. I like how they relate it to real life living. That does it for me. So I was from one device to the other device. And finally, I fell asleep. I don't know what time none of them went. God just said, look, I'm about to tap her out because she done had enough. But needless to say, when I got up the next morning, I remember what I heard them say, as well as I thought about being a little girl and not wanting to be in church and can't wait until I'm grown so I ain't got to go to church. But here I go now in my 40s, almost 50, still seeking the Lord, still seeking the word, because I got to do that for me. I got to do that for me. I don't care how old you is. I don't care if you two. If you two parents, I put it on you, so let me switch that. I don't care if you 19 or 90. 19 or 90. One thing I have found out about myself is I cannot allow my ways to hinder me. I can't be set in my ways. I gotta give and take at some point in my life. But I still get to choose what I'm gonna give and take on. I get to choose what I'm gonna tolerate and what I ain't gonna tolerate. But in my mind, because I know exactly what I don't wanna tolerate, all I gotta do is stay away from it. All I got to do is stay away from it. Because if somebody loves me like they say they love me, whether that be your mama, your sister, your children, or a mate, it don't matter. If they love you like they say they love you, they're going to bend a little bit and you're going to bend a little bit as well. That's what you got to do. You got to compromise. I don't care what that relationship looks like. You got to compromise. My sisters get on my nerve sometimes, but you ain't never finna see me put my sisters down. I'm just not going to do it. I won't speak to them before I put them down. Before I call their flaws out, I won't have no conversation with them. Because if that's all I can do, if I can't pick them up, I'm sure not going to beat them down. I am not going to get in an argument with my sisters and belittle them. I'm not going to do that. The God in me ain't going to let me do that. I ain't going to do it to you because I don't want you doing it to me. And I really feel like you can't do it to me. Why I feel like you can't do it to me? Because I feel like you don't know the true core of a person to know who I am. You may know a little bit about me, but when you start name calling people, you on a surface level when it comes to me. Because it ain't nobody I'm that close to but God. And he ain't going to do me like that. He ain't going to do me like that. So all that is mindset, how you handle a thing. When you know what you will do and what you won't do. No, not what you will do. Let me take that back. Because you don't know what you will do. Because in this season that I'm in, I'm doing some things I ain't thought I would do. But exposure, having an open mind, not wanting to be stressed, wanting to manage and control things that I've had a problem with. Oh, because I'm a hot box. I can be a hot box now. We ain't finna act like I'm no perfect Patty, because if you don't watch some of the other episodes, I'ma tell you, I've told you I'm no perfect Patty. So some of the things that I take blame on, I'm trying to do better. So my advice to you is that you do the same. Try to do better. Know your own flaws. When you know your own flaws, take accountability for them. And that's probably some of the times when you need to stay in the Word, when you're trying to control things that you struggle with. I gotta stay in the Word so I can be mindful how I react to other people, but I really gotta stay in the Word for my own self, because a lot of times, let me see where I want to go with this. A lot of times we'll take a situation and we'll turn that situation and start believing what's going to make it right for us. Let me take it back to the Bible. Somebody will take a scripture out of the Bible and they'll read it and they'll say, this means this. Let's say, come as you are. Come as you are. I really think it means come as you are. Now, I ain't no Bible scholar, so I'm just going to tell you what I get from this. I think it means come as you are. I think that means whatever clothes you want to wear, wear them. Whatever state of mind you in, go. If you still saying curse words, if you don't feel like you're saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, I feel like come as you are means just that. Go to God as you are, and He will clean you up. That's what I feel. I'm no Bible scholar. That's what I feel. However, somebody else will take that, tell you a whole different meaning, and they'll say it means all of that, but it don't mean wear your Daisy Dukes to church. If that's all you got, wear your Daisy Dukes to church. Don't let that stop you from going to God or going in the church house, because that's all you got. Don't let that stop you. But let me tell you one thing I know about God. When you invite God in your life, your conscience, your God, will tell you what to wear when. Because I promise you, I put a dress on for a party, and it was a decent dress, but of course I was showing shape, because you know a girl fine. I pulled up in the Walmart parking lot because I was going in there to get a bottle of wine. And I didn't want to walk all the way to the back of the aisle in my heels. I wasn't so much worried about the dress, I thought, when I pulled up in the parking lot. So I asked my friend, I said, come on, walk with me. She said, no, I ain't going. I was like, man, I ain't gonna walk all the way in there for no wine. Mind you, we get to the next spot, which was the liquor store, because I figured that's going to be a shorter walk. I can run right in there. But as I walked in the liquor store and the people was in there, I still felt a little crazy going in there with my dress on, because it didn't have nothing to do with my shoes, because it was a shorter walk. So that was God saying it was never the shoes, it was the dress. The dress was designed for a party. It wasn't designed for me to make no stops on the way. I didn't feel comfortable stopping at the grocery store. I didn't feel which is Walmart. I didn't feel comfortable stopping at the liquor store. I only felt comfortable at the party where I had the dress for. Fast forward 2 Fridays ago, I was on my way out. I ain't have no dress on, but I did have a bodysuit on, but I needed to stop at the bank. So before I even left the house, I knew I needed to stop at the bank. I grabbed my lab jacket, because I said when I run in this bank, I'm going to put my lab coat on so it can cover from here to at least my thighs. God gonna show up. God gonna show up. You will know exactly what to wear where. God gonna show up every time. So at the end of the day, when to me, come as you are means just that. Come as you are. Read that Bible for yourself. Study the word for yourself. Follow who you want to follow. I am probably, it's some of you that's listening to my voice right now, I might be the closest thing to God you're going to see. You ain't finna listen at the word to nobody, not right now. You ain't finna hear what thus says the Lord. You ain't finna follow nobody positive like a preacher person right now, because that ain't the season you in. But you might be looking at this video, you might be under the sound of my voice, and you might be saying, you know what? If this girl can change from this, that, and the third and do this, I probably can too. You might be looking at me as a positive person, even though I struggle. I'm positive. I am by no means a negative Nancy, but all my ways not right. And in order for me to do what I do, I gotta stay under the word. I gotta stay under the word. I gotta stay around people. I gotta get that exposure that's gonna get me to my next level so I can operate in greatness in my next season. If you feel like you're stuck, If you're in a place where you're standing still, you feel like you're working hard, you're doing all you can, and you just, y'all, let me tell you, I just said, it's March. I just said in February, I said, God, I am shaking the tree and something gotta drop. I mean, I felt like it's a big, and I'm going to just say maple tree because that's what comes to my mind. And I don't even know if I could shake a maple tree. But I felt like I was just shaking the tree, praying for something to drop. Nothing ain't dropped, though. Nothing drops. But it's okay. Because my faith and me being up under the word, God still made a way. Ain't no lights went off. Ain't no water went off. The internet wasn't off. The cell phone wasn't off. I still went to the gym, so the membership still got paid. Food was still in the refrigerator. Nothing shook from the tree, but God still provided. God still provided. And my faith tells me if I keep working, because I shook that tree, something is loose. And God gonna send that wind to blow it. And it's gonna fall, and it's still gonna be mine, because when they say what you reap you sow, what you sow you reap, however it go, whichever way, it belongs to me. It belongs to me. Remember, I was talking about the older folks earlier. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what an older lady did to me, but anyway, I didn't appreciate it, so I just went to God on her in my mind. And what God said was, Tan, don't worry. Because what belongs to you, you're going to get it. People worrying about you, trying to get in your way, even if you feel like, even if I didn't receive whatever she was trying to tell me, if it was something that I was supposed to receive, God will bring it back around and show me again. He'll do that, because that's how he works. But what he told me when I started going to God on her, because that's what I had to do. After she finished saying what she said, I just turned my little church music right up, and I just got in the spirit, and I just said, God bless her. Bless you. I'm going to need you to bless her. Because clearly something ain't where it needs to be. I started praying for her. I needed to be praying for me now, so I could not go off, because I'm a little time bomb sometimes. I needed to be praying for me, but I just asked God to bless her, because that was the only prayer I do to say. God bless her, because she got a problem. But it's okay. One thing I will not do is I will never disrespect older people, because my mama taught me, if you disrespect older people, your days on the land gonna be short. And I want to get old, so I'm not going to disrespect older people. I'm going to continue to pray their strength in the Lord, and I'm going to continue to pray that I get old. But however, just because you old don't mean you right. And just because you old don't mean how you do things or how you talk to people is right. Right. Let me tell you, when I say things start in a mindset, ask yourself these questions. Because I had to, and somebody else had to ask me too. Doing that does what for you? What does it do for you? When you did that, was it godly? Was that the, sometimes we don't care, because I always like to say, I like to say, I don't know if it was godly or not, but God will start, he'll let it rest on your heart later, like, now you know that wasn't right. You know, you better repent, because you know that wasn't right. So again, when you're thinking in your mind how you're supposed to do a thing, consider God's way. Just consider doing it in a nice way. If you do it in a nice way, it's probably godly. If you do it and mean some type of harm or got some type of point to prove, then it's probably not godly. And again, when you do things that you should not have done, the Holy Spirit will convict you. I'm guilty of that, because I do stuff that I shouldn't do. And it's called being a petty Betty. I'm so good at it. I've done it all my life. And I'm so good at it. But that's a thing. That's a change that I need to make. That's something I have to do to work on me if I want positive things to happen in my life. I can't stoop to your level. I'm praying that God puts me on a level where I can't even reach to some of those levels. I don't want to reach back down unless I'm reaching down to pull somebody else up. But I don't want to reach down because I'm trying to prove a point or make you see a thing. Because listen, what's behind you is behind you. Remember, I told you guys a long time ago, one of my songs that got me to press forward was I'm moving on. Like it said, I know my rear view can't compare to what God has for me in my life. What's in your rear view? That's behind you. When you look out across that dashboard through that big windshield, that's in front of you. That's where you're going. So again, it may seem like I'm rambling, but in my life, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Just remember, choose you, get exposed to the word, get exposed to other people that's moving according to the word. You don't see my every move, and my every move ain't according to the word. But that's why I got to stay up under the word, because my struggles, it might not be your struggles. Some things we just know we gonna do. Like I see people, and it's just out there, but I'm gonna say it. Some people say, I don't eat pork. I don't know why you don't eat pork. I don't care why you don't eat pork. I don't eat that much pork, but I'm gonna always eat fatback. Like some things you just know you're gonna do. You know you're gonna always love your mama, unless you one of them. Because I'm gonna always love my mama. I'm gonna always love my mama. So to me, I'm gonna always love my mama. I'm gonna always love my children, and I'm gonna always eat fatback. I'm gonna eat fatback with salmon and rice. I'm gonna eat fatback with peas. I'm gonna eat fatback, and that's pork. So I'm not gonna tell nobody I ain't gonna eat no pork. I'm not gonna eat a lot of pork, but I'm gonna eat fatback. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about those three things: mindset, exposure, and the word. And I think I've done a good job at talking about those. Let me see. Yeah. That's it. So, with that being said, I leave you guys with, I pray that you run your next play in excellence. It's your homegirl, Tana's my realtor, and I'm checking out.